everybody! Welcome to Northernlion Plays Rogue Legacy. So I've been teasing this series for a while. I don't think there was any question that once the final build of Rogue Legacy came out that I was going to do a series on it, because it's so Spelunky-ish. It's got a little bit more of a grind to it, a little bit more linear progression, but it's totally a game that's right up my alley. If you haven't seen any of my other coverage of the game, you probably don't need to, honestly, in order to understand what the heck's going on here. I'll explain a little bit of what's going on here in the very first episode, but, you know, beyond that, you guys are probably going to be able to figure it out for yourselves pretty quickly. So Rogue Legacy is an action RPG. You throw in a little bit of platforming elements as well. And your goal for the game, as you can see right here on this map here, is basically there's 4 main areas: the tower, the castle, the dungeon, and the forest. You want to kill all 4 main bosses and then eventually go fight the final boss. Now, unlike a game like Spelunky or The Binding of Isaac, for example, we are not going to be nearly strong enough to do that right as soon as we get started. It is a game that is partially skill-based for sure, but there's also an element of grindiness associated with it. So we're gonna have to probably have multiple runs, and I imagine that we will probably die several times per episode as we make our way towards eventually accomplishing this goal in Rogue Legacy. In fact, I'm fairly close to dying right now myself. But so our micro goal, if our macro goal is to actually, you know, kill this final boss, our micro goal is just to earn gold on each of these runs, and we can use this gold to kind of upgrade ourselves permanently, buy better equipment for each run, and eventually, oh, that was really bad, eventually put ourselves in a position where we might be able to succeed. As of right now, 110 gold is actually not that much, so I'm going to continue trying to survive. But my HP is super low, and that is where the difficulty of Rogue Legacy comes in pretty quickly. So I am likely to die many times over the course of this video, if I had to say. But the good thing is, dying in Rogue Legacy is actually kind of fun in a way, because you'll see it once we do die, but every single time you die, you basically get to play as your, I don't trust myself to make that jump. You know what? Fuck it, let's do it, because if I die, that's perfect timing to explain what I was talking about, and I got destroyed actually very quickly there. If I had a little bit more health, it would have been okay. Alright, so I've been destroyed, and, you know, I'll get a certain amount of gold here. When we go back to the title screen, this is one of the cool parts of Rogue Legacy, is that every time you die, you get to play as a different heir of yours, essentially. So Sir Lee has died, but now we can play as either Lady Jenny the Knight, and, you know, there's a class and basically traits associated with these characters. So Knights are like average characters, mages are obviously spellcasters, and knaves are almost like an assassin class. They have like low HP but critical hit chance. So we have traits here, so just for a couple of examples, obviously, Lady Jenny is an endomorph, which means she's large and she can't be knocked back, and she's, you know, large herself from gigantism, and every character has a different spell as well, which is kind of like a Castlevania-style magical attack. Lady Winry is gay, so she likes the ladies, and she's far-sighted, so anything close up is blurry, and this manifests itself in the game, and it's annoying as hell, so I probably won't be taking her. And Sir Kotaki is a knave with no traits. I'm going to play as our knight here, and I think this is a smart idea. Now, with 110 gold, we won't be able to do too much, but we can unlock our blacksmith. And effectively, our blacksmith is going to allow us to buy better equipment as we play throughout the game, and we can also get some health up, like a permanent HP upgrade there. So as you can see, every character looks a little bit different. She feels a little bit slower. I should talk to the blacksmith, but I won't really like go through what he's saying. Instead, I will just dictate to you what is actually being said here. And basically what he's saying is like, you know, I have a little bit of equipment, but in order to like get access to all of this other equipment that I can create, you need to find blueprints within the castle, and so we're going to do that. Basically, we're going to find recipes, and then we'll be able to buy stuff from him. So every single run is going to be us trying to basically amass enough gold to get enough permanent upgrades to improve ourselves in the future. Now, a lot of this is luck-based is a good way to put it. Oh, can I even fit through here without getting hit? I'm actually a little bit amazed with myself there. But yeah, it's luck-based to a certain extent, because obviously sometimes you're going to get a lot more gold just from smashing furniture than you will on other runs. That being said, there is definitely a skill component as well that hopefully we will see. But anyway, I'm going to look to amass like 300 gold here. And, you know, this is a Let's Play. I have no idea how long it's going to go out here. So this is the journal entry 1, and I will read these because they're going to fill in the story as we go along. Treason, an assassin has wounded my father, the king. To bring order back to the kingdom, he has sent my siblings and I on a quest to save him. Together we will venture into the cursed woods and enter Castle Hampson. This cursed castle has stood on the edge of the woods since time immemorial, but rumors say that within it dwells an item which will cure any ailment. Tonight I will get a head start over my brothers and sisters and set forth on my quest while they lay asleep. To fail this quest would be an embarrassment to my name. Alright, so there's our first journal entry there. And you know, the map does a very good job of telling you where things are. So obviously that question mark up there indicates that there's an item of interest in that room, and that item of interest was the journal in this situation. I'm actually not sure what the arrows mean, and I'm surprised that that did not contain any gold there, but that's okay. So there's benefits and drawbacks to being as large as I am right now. Obviously, the benefits are I don't have to jump nearly as high when it comes to actually hitting enemies, but the drawback is I have a much larger hitbox, I think. So I think I'm like drastically more likely to take damage. But anyway, it's worked out very well so far. We've had a good run. How is this Let's Play gonna go? I'm interested to see myself, actually. This is an interesting moment, because basically there's, occasionally there's fairy chests in the game. The fairy chests give you, it's a room essentially, like a challenge room, you can think of it. And if you complete the objective, then you get the chest at the end. If you fail the objective, the chest stays closed. So with the amount of health that we have, let's try to get to the top here without taking any damage. I'm just gonna be very, very cautious about this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we failed it miserably. I was trying. The good thing is there are runes that'll actually make those challenge rooms or fairy quest objectives much, much easier for us. I think we can go back and try it again, but I don't think I have much of a chance. It's actually one of those situations where I think gigantism hurts me a pretty great deal. But yeah, what I was gonna say is, what's the structure of this Let's Play gonna be like? It's a little bit different than the, oh man, that does so much damage. Than like a Spelunky or a Binding of Isaac series, I think, because again, every run is not necessarily, oh my god, we died already. It's not necessarily gonna be like one run that just exists on its own merits. Instead, I think it's gonna be a little bit grindy here, which is both interesting and possibly annoying or a little bit off-putting for other for people who are fans of those games, but I encourage you to give it a chance because this game is a ton of fun. It's much, I was gonna say it's much more about execution than those games, but that's not necessarily true. So we're gonna play as Sir McGladdery. He's a barbarian with hypergonadism, attacks knockback enemies further, which is not necessarily a good thing, but it's okay for now. And we're just going to try to basically get our tech tree pushed out as far as it can be right now. So basically what we just got there turns our knights into paladins, which gives them a shield which they can use to block incoming damage. We'll also upgrade our equipment loadout, which is going to give us some more things that we can buy. Why don't we buy the enchantress, who will allow us to buy runes that will improve ourselves with things like sprints and double jumps and other abilities of the sort. I don't think I'll be able to upgrade anything else right now, so let's just leave. The other thing I neglected to mention, by the way, is that every time we enter the castle, we have to get rid of all of our gold. So there's definitely a heavy incentive to spend as much of your gold as is possible before you actually go inside of the castle, because otherwise, you know, you don't get to take it with you, basically. So let's see, maybe our goal for the first episode is just to hopefully form a pretty accurate introduction to what goes on in Rogue Legacy, so you understand what's going on during the rest of the series. But soon after that, we'll try to beat the castle, and then, you know, we have some logical goals after that. We'll try to beat the forest. We'll try to beat the other areas, which I unfortunately do not recall the name of, because I've never gotten to them. In fact, I've never even beaten the boss for the castle, even though I have sunk a lot of time into this game. So that should either scare you or excite you, because maybe we'll do something new and novel on camera, or maybe I'll just get my ass kicked. Okay, so we have another fairy chest objective here. Oh, I was so close! Are you kidding me? To be fair, those first 3 jumps were super easy, so I really, it was only that last jump that had the potential, I think, the likelihood anyway, to fuck me up. And of course, that's exactly how that shit went down, isn't it? So again, mostly just trying to get as much gold as possible, because this gold will allow me to basically upgrade my tech tree as much as I can. It's not really literally a tech tree, but, you know, getting more NPCs in my town can only benefit me in the long run. So I'm not going for the gold yet. I'm basically just setting myself up to have all of the possible advantages. Giving myself the infrastructure, you could say, oh, I didn't expect that guy to come back to life. Giving myself the infrastructure necessary to succeed in the future, in all hopefulness anyway. So there's another 40 gold for us. Alternatively, I could take a different path and change, like try to upgrade my character mostly, as opposed to upgrading like my infrastructure or my town or what have you. The area we start in, but I think this is the better idea in the long run for a number of reasons, one of which from a selfish like coverage standpoint, it allows me to show off a lot of cool stuff in one quick video. So I am just coming down here to explore all of these rooms. Okay, this is an interesting one. So this guy, I've talked to him once before. Greetings, adventurer. I'm here to give you the chance of a lifetime. For the measly sum of 50% of your current gold, I will give you a chance to open one of 3 chests. One chest will double what you paid, but the other 2 are empty. Care to give it a shot? I will. It's not good odds. This is not the Monty Hall problem. I'm basically giving up 50% of my gold for a 1 in 3 chance of doubling my gold. We'll see if this ends up working out for us. I'm gonna go with the middle chest. What's in the box? Nothing. You stupid. So stupid. So I basically just threw out 165 gold there, which is unfortunate, but man, think about how awesome it would have been if I actually did succeed there, right? We can always get more gold in the future. We're doing okay on health, but that erodes pretty quickly. Like, this game, in contrast to, oh, careful here. In contrast to something like, again, A Binding of Isaac or Spelunky, and I apologize for bringing this up over and over, but it's important to note that we're doing this series, and I've done series on the other games, you know, to set the precedent, that it's, I think, definitely not intended that you are going to beat Rogue Legacy. Oh, it's a teleporter. That's what that arrow set is. It's definitely not intended that you beat the game on, you know, your early playthroughs. It's a game where grinding, I wouldn't necessarily say is essential, but it might be essential. What is my magic? It's a chakram. This is like a mini boss here, and I worry that I'm just gonna get my ass kicked going up against him. But actually, if I keep him up in that corner, we might be able to kill him, and actually we got a pretty sizable amount of gold for doing so. Now, if I know this room, and I don't, I was gonna say there might be another mini-boss in here, but there actually wasn't, and man, we have picked up another pretty solid supply of gold here, which is fantastic. So let's just continue onwards. I didn't really talk too much about that teleporter. Oh, let's not go into the Maya yet. That is another area that I don't want any part of. Just yet, anyway. But the, what the heck was I going to say? I totally forgot, actually. So let's just move onwards instead. Yeah, okay, I guess what I was trying to talk about was the fact that you're really not intended to beat the game on the first run, I believe. It's more of like you got to kind of incrementally build up to it. I don't actually know what this is. Does that teleport us back? Oh, this teleports us into the forest. In hindsight, I like really wish we didn't do this because I'm almost certainly gonna die here. Keep in mind these monsters are like level 15, and I am what, level 5 right now. So we found a blueprint. That's good. I don't know if I've talked about this, but blueprints are essentially something that we have to get. Oh, we're back in the castle, thank God. Blueprints are something that we have to get in order to have the blacksmith be able to craft us more equipment. All right, so we're filling out our map a little bit here. Let's try not to get hit, and I should be able to do some damage to this guy. This run has gone much better than expected. I would say the orders of magnitude better than the runs that we've had so far, which is really nice. That being said, we're in no position to really beat the boss on this floor in all likelihood, even if we get to him. And what I would like to say as well is there's, I mean, this should be pretty obvious by this point, but there are like procedural, oh no, get out of here. There's procedurally generated elements in the game. Oh, that was really close. We did get some gold there, fantastic. There's procedurally generated elements in the game. I thought for sure I was gonna die there, but we lived. So one of these is obviously like the layout of the room. Where are these bullets coming in? The layout of the rooms is procedurally generated. I should stop getting distracted here. I just distracted myself by saying I should stop getting distracted, but hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. But there is an NPC called the Architect, and he is a really interesting mechanic that effectively allows you to keep, if you have like a layout you enjoy, you can just keep it and then like freeze the castle in that layout. So he's probably going to be the next NPC that I'm going to unlock. But given that we've gotten so much gold on this run, I think we're going to be able to unlock him as well as picking up some awesome other upgrades as well. Okay, that was a little close. Just want the gold. I'm only here for the gold. I don't give a shit if you guys live. That's fine by me. One more hit, it will certainly kill me, by the way. Definitely don't go into the situation thinking like, oh, 17 HP, he's got a lot of life left in him. Obviously, I do not, because one single spike killed me. But that was pretty good. You can see all the enemies that we killed there. Let's do a couple more runs over the course of this episode. So what do we have here? I have a definite tendency to go with barbarians right now. Because I find that they're tanky and that allows me to get as much gold as possible, but we will play as mages later, never fear. So, our barbarian here is an endomorph with gigantism. This is perfect. Let's play as basically exactly the same characters that we had before. And we're going to get our architect, as mentioned. We are going to... I believe there's like some class upgrades here, so yeah, we can upgrade our barbarian to a barbarian king, which basically gives us a knockback attack. And now I only have 105 gold left. Wow, that was faster. That money didn't last as long as I thought it would. Yes, we do have it. Okay. I'm not sure if we can just spam this continuously. That might actually cost us magic points in the future. But anyway, let's move onwards here and see if we can have another run where we can get a lot of gold. Again, on this episode, basically just trying to fill in my town. The architect was that like mole-ish looking dude that you saw there, by the way. But yeah, we're just trying to fill in my my pre-castle town so that I can hopefully... Oh, that was scary. And I also got hit, so, you know, scary for a reason. But yes, if we fill in this town, then we'll have the infrastructure to hopefully do some good stuff in the future. I am scared. Hey, that was actually a surprisingly good jump. Now, I wish that I didn't take the same kind of, like, character archetype again, because that would, it kind of undermines the not random, but varied nature of the game. But that being said, what can I say? I like what I like, and I know what I like. And I like these tanky characters in the early game. We'll see if that changes as we move a little bit further. So, by the way, when it says, like, the character's level, that's related to the upgrades that we purchased, I think. Like, every upgrade that we get, I believe, adds 1 level to our character, even if it is something as simple and perhaps non-character affecting as picking up the architect like we just did. So I'm glad I was able to destroy him there. So yeah, if you upgrade your equipment, I believe that you get a new level. And if you, you know, get a new NPC, I believe you get a new level. I know Ohm's playing this right now. He's at like level 80. But this is, we're doing this before the game comes out. So let's see. Will you pray for assistance? Sure. We have picked up an item, Helios Blessing. What does this do? It's like every time we hit an enemy, I believe it drops gold. This is one I got when I played the demo. Or every time we hit anything, maybe it drops gold. And actually, we got a ton of gold as a result of that, which I'm very pleased about. Fairy Chest objective, beat all enemies. I might be able to do this. Oh, man. I see like a mini-boss here, and that scares the shit out of me. Just start getting some gold from these things. This is a difficult room, as you might be noticing so far. I would love to hide out on the bottom, but unfortunately... Oh, Jesus Christ. And, of course, that doesn't even hit. Unfortunately, there's spikes all over the bottom. Just run fast, and you can actually avoid them. Oh, my God, I died so quickly. Okay, I think we should do one more run over the course of this episode. That was a terrible run there. And how much gold do I have? We have a knave, we have a barbarian king, and we have a barbarian queen, who is OCD. Break stuff to restore MP is actually really good. What does he have? You can't see in 3D, and he farts a lot. Okay, let's go with Lady Antoinette, the barbarian queen. And with 470 gold, that's actually more than I anticipated. Let us... Well, this costs 470 to unlock, so let's unlock the Shinobi here, which also, yeah, gives us a new tech tree as well. So that should be a new class that we'll have. And, again, we're not going to upgrade our equipment. Maybe we'll focus on upgrading our equipment, getting runes, and maybe dealing with that architect a little bit later in the next episode. But for now, we're just going over, obviously, the basic gameplay that we have at our disposal. So, gold is our main issue here. And what's really cool about playing as the OCD character is that... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Every time you... Every time you attack something or break something, you get MP back. So this gives me a little bit of incentive to use my magical ability as much as possible, which I really have not been doing so far. So it would probably be in my best interest to do that in the future. But our magic is not my favorite magic here. The dagger is not that strong, in my opinion at least. That being said, we might as well use it as a ranged attack when we have the opportunity to do so. I kind of don't want to come through there because I'm pretty sure I'll just get hit by those cannons as soon as I walk over top of them. We have another journal entry. Okay, journal entry number 2. Although I am the eldest child, I am not my father's favorite. I have always known he was planning to leave me with nothing, but if I find the cure, everything will change. The victor will earn nothing less than the throne upon his passing. Upon my ascension, my wife and my children shall move back into the royal quarters, back to the royal city, where we will once again be treated with the respect we deserve. No longer will we stand for the gossip and petty slander of my cousins. The other dukes shall bow as we pass, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This is like Crusader Kings 2 all over again. I must keep my priorities clear, conquer the castle, find the cure, collect my reward. And the plot thickens, I suppose. So hopefully we'll get some more gold here. No? Maybe not. Who keeps their gold in a chair? It's like the movie Tower Heist all over again. With some slight revisions. In case you're worried about me spoiling Tower Heist for you. Maybe you're a big Brett Ratner fan. I don't know. What do we have? We have some turkey kept in an urn above the fireplace. Maybe it was just, they're making like a sous vide or something like that. Let's come down here. I can do like a plunging attack, but yes, I often end up hitting myself with it as opposed to hitting the enemy, which is not a smart idea. Also, you know, for those of you being like, oh, throw the dagger downwards, you actually cannot do that. You should play some Castlevania games in your life. Oh, it's just the blade wall as well. It's not the dagger. Okay, I could have used that actually. But now we're going to have the chakram, which is actually substantially better, I would say, from my opinion at least. Remember, every time we destroy something, we will get MP, so it's in our best interest to use that whenever we have the opportunity to do so, I guess. Or whenever we have the need to do so. So occasionally we will find opportunities to trade our magic for other magics that we may find more savory, perhaps. This is a particularly salty magic in my opinion, so I prefer to go with that. My favorite magic is actually the axe. And if you're familiar with the axe from Castlevania, it's basically, you know, taken wholesale from that. 170 gold is actually real bad so far. Oh, I am going to get rocked here. But this guy at the top doesn't actually have like a ranged attack, really. It's just like a single melee attack, so we should be able to kill him fairly easily. And our chest contains another blueprint, which again we can use to give ourselves some equipment moving forward. Just want to do some damage to these guys. This is a sustainable way to hurt these guys. Obviously... Oh, yep, I fell on a spike and died. Let's do one more run here, because I'm not pleased with the way that this has gone so far. but maybe we will get lucky and be able to have a really good run. So we have a knave, and we have a paladin. So let's play as the paladin. We have peripheral arterial disease. I have no idea what this actually does for us. And with 170 gold, we might as well upgrade our HP just so we can be a little bit more survivable. Because as of right now, I am like in a very, very unsurvivable position, as you can see. Part of that is just that I'm bad, but also part of it is that I'm you know, still, you know, under-leveled for this point in the game. I've been like level 15, and as high as level 15 in my playthroughs of this game in its various states, but I've never managed to beat the boss of the castle. So I'm hoping maybe in an episode or two we'll be able to make that happen. So let's just cut up all this stuff here. We are now already almost at as much gold, oh, that sucks, as we had over the entirety of the last run. So I'm feeling like it's going to be good. Okay, so there's our boss. Now we're just going to see what we get here. Obviously some blueprints, these are useful for us, but mostly Blood Cape is actually going to be something that's really useful for us because it gives us some vampirism, but there's a little extra health. I don't want to fight the boss right away because it's a death sentence, basically, for me at my current skill level and my current, you know, level in the actual game. So just check around for some extra gold first. You can always teleport back here in the future. I'm happy we got those blueprints, though. I think they've really changed the rate of blueprint drops from the demo version of the game. In the demo version of the game, blueprints seem to be much more rare, whereas in this, they fall constantly, which is a very smart decision, a smart change, I think. Okay, so this is a very common kind of room you get stuck with in Rogue Legacy, is a room that basically consists of just a fuck ton of enemies. And you know you just gotta break it down to a more manageable size, I think is the best advice I can give you here. Is take on the enemies one by one, or, you know, 2 by 2, if you can. If you can't, then good luck to you. So that's gonna be another little bit of gold for us. Now, it is a little bit luck dependent. It's more than a little bit luck dependent, actually, but the reason I say that each run is luck dependent is because it basically, whether you get a lot of money or a little money, almost entirely comes down to whether you find, well, beyond just surviving and, you know, lasting as long as you can, it comes down to the frequency of which you find gold bags as opposed to simply gold coins. Obviously, we've been finding, like, exclusively gold coins in this run, which is a little disheartening, but by the same token, we're doing all right. We found another blueprint as well. The Knight chest plate, and this enemy should not be that big of an asshole. Especially if I can just get one more hit before he summons any more magic. Fantastic. There we go. We found a gold bag there. And you know what? I'm going to set my goal at 750 gold. We're already at 500 with nearly full health. If I can get to 750 gold, I would be a real happy camper. Although, keep in mind, you know, our fortunes change so quickly because enemies do so much damage relative to the rate at which we replenish health, which is basically 0. Oh, there's some more health there. Fantastic. And actually, we did get another gold bar, so we're actually almost at 750. So, you know, as much as, you know, I kind of decried it as a negative that you have to depend on the frequency of getting gold bags to kind of determine the value of your run early on in the game, well, it ended up actually working out quite well for us there because we found 2 gold bags in quick succession. So, just, oh, now we run because I was worried about that. Maybe we can get to 1,000 here, and that would actually allow us to get some totally solid upgrades before the end. By the way, as a paladin, I should be keeping in mind that by holding the Y button here, I can totally shield myself. I can't move while I'm shielding, but by shielding myself, I can block all incoming damage. So, especially when it comes to, like, cannons and stuff, I should definitely use that to my advantage, although I still don't want to go down there because it scares me. We got 12 HP for eating that turkey. Oh, and everything that does damage to us does, like, 30, so that should put it in perspective for now. I think there is a way to raise our defense. Also, we should just get, like, some armor up or something. I'm thinking 1,000 gold is actually going to be kind of a likely possibility here. Let me just demonstrate the paladin ability, as you can see right there. The only thing worth noting is that it does cost us MP, which you might not expect on your initial glance, but it does cost us MP to use our shield, which is probably a good thing from a balance perspective. Otherwise, obviously, you would just use it constantly. Okay. Oh my god, okay, we're in a rough spot. We are over 1,000 though, so I feel pretty good. Now, there is a chest at the bottom of that room that we were just in, so I kind of want to get to that because, at the very least, maybe we can get another blueprint, you know? I don't just want to fall down, though. That seems like a decision that's likely to lead to my disaster. I just want to see below me so that I can, what is my weapon here? It's a blade wall, right? That's not really that effective at all. I wish this knight would get a little bit closer to me. Maybe we can just attack that eye. Yes, okay, and we did manage to pick up some gold as a result. I don't know why these things aren't creating spikes. I think it might be because I'm moving through the ground too quickly, so they don't actually spawn. Let's see if we can get to, maybe... Oh, I'm so close to death. If we can get to 1,250, that would be amazing. Oh, well, that's going to do it. Okay, maybe 1,500. I'm doubling my initial expectation. That was a huge get for us there. So I'm just destroying everything because, you know, even 10 gold makes a pretty substantial difference in our quality of life. So there's 25 damage done, another 25, and a third 25, and the urn... I'm so scared. The urn contains more HP. Okay, so that still probably won't allow us to survive another hit, but we've done very well here. I can't really complain about this. This is why... Oh, that's the forest. We don't want to go there yet. This is why that one more run concept oftentimes works, and Rogue Legacy is very good at being a game that encourages you to just be like, oh, come on, we'll just do one more run here and see how it works out. In this case, I'd say it has worked out fairly well. I have no idea how to get to that chest, and we've explored almost all of the castle here. Recall that we did find the boss room. How am I supposed to get down there? We did find the boss room fairly early. That's another 100 gold for us, which is amazing. So if I wanted to, I could go try to fight the boss, but again, this is something that I think is not going to work out in our best interest. So we're so close to 1,500 gold. Just need a little bit more. That's 1,480. Get these Ghastlies away from me. Okay, the blade wall actually did a lot of good there. We're at 1,500. Can we get to 2,000? I don't know, man. I feel like I'm a scumbag YouTuber now. Can we get this video to 2,000 likes and I'll release the next episode that I've got held hostage in my basement? So let's cut this up here, and we're at 1,530. 2,000 might be a bit of a long shot. Oh, but we got some more HP. This has actually turned into, like, by far, not only the best run that I've had in this episode, which is quite obvious, but the best run that I've had in quite some time, on or off camera. So I don't want to go down to the Land of Darkness yet. I just want to make sure that I'm exploring. Oh, we have to go up this way now. Okay. This should be interesting. At the very least, some extra gold. I played Braid. There's puzzles like this in Braid. I managed to make it through. I think it's basically borderline impossible if you want to do that puzzle going the opposite way. It's not really a puzzle, but that section, I guess I should say. Fairy chest objective, take no damage. Let's see if we can overcome our previous demons. Yes! Okay, what's in here? It's a rune. Retaliation rune for bracers. So, the way that you use those runes... There we go. We made it back as well. The way that you use those runes is you go to the Enchantress, and she will allow you to put them in your equipment, and they'll give you special abilities like, I'm going to guess that Retaliation is kind of like, if someone does damage to you, then you do a little bit of that damage back to them. Okay, we're at 1 HP, literally. How am I supposed to do this? I can't really even jump over these attacks. One more hit'll do it. I realize I have magic, but, I could block all incoming damage. Oh, and we had to do it there. Okay, that was probably the best play I've ever made in my Rogue Legacy career, which should put into perspective, you know, how awful I am at the game. But, you know, that being said, I'm pleased with myself nonetheless. Let's run through here, just to see if there's any gold on the other side. I've never seen this jukebox before in my life. I have no idea what it contains. We're probably not going to get to 2,000 gold if I had to guess. Now playing Pistol Shrimp. So I guess this allows us to change the music that we're listening to. Cool beans, but let's move on. I'm just amazed that we're still alive at this point. Okay, I should not have frozen up there. I was trying to figure out what to do, and I was like, do I use my Paladin shielding ability? I can't believe that guy didn't die in one hit. Okay, we're still alive, and we're up to 1,810 gold. Much more than I expected to be at this point. I didn't realize that painting was going to come to life. There we go. He's dead. More gold for us. And there is another painting. We might as well kill it. You know, every enemy we kill takes us a step closer to getting to this 2,000 gold metric that I've established for myself. This is going to be a harder situation for me to deal with, I think. Although, you know, with only one of these skeletons now remaining, I think we'll be okay. Thank you for giving me a little bit more money here. Substantially better at this point than I think any run I've ever had in... Oh my god, now we've entered the Land of Darkness again. There's a chest in here. Oh, but there's also a big angry dude. You know, you might be derisively calling me, you know, a part of the female anatomy for being a little bit wary about going into, these late game areas already, but I hope you understand why I am not going into these late game areas, because I am, yes, a little scared, but at the same time, definitely really underpowered, and I'm just trying to farm a little bit of extra gold here. I may have actually explored almost the entirety of the castle by this point, though, so, you know, we might have no choice but to maybe go up against this final boss. Okay, so just play it cool. Oh, I should not have gone for that, but that being said, that was a very, very good run there. You can see all the enemies that I killed, probably substantially larger than any run I've had before. Let's just quickly upgrade all of our stuff. I'm going to choose my heir, and as you might expect, I'm going to go with Barbarian Queen. She can't see in 3D, which is going to be interesting. Now we have 1,910 gold. What do we want to get here? Expensive stuff. Haggle. Lower Charon's toll by learning how to barter with death itself. Oh, that's pretty interesting, actually. So we can save more gold by doing this. So upgrade, plus 6%. Let me think about this. Lower Charon's toll by learning how to barter with death itself. So we'll have actually the ability to save 6% of our gold every single time. I can't imagine that this won't pay for itself in a very short spell. So what else do we have here? Upgrade Shinobi. I haven't actually used Shinobi yet, so can I get up to this one on the left side? It does not appear so. Increase your critical hit chance. Increase your... Okay, let's just do increase your attack. Seems smart. And we'll exit the manor, and we'll... try to upgrade our equipment. So we did get that rune, remember. So I'm just going to skip over what she's saying, basically. But we did get that rune, which should give us a chance to do something with our bracer. So what is this? Returns damage taken from enemies, multiple rune stack, increasing the damage return. Beautiful. So now we have an ability to... a passive ability, I should say, to deal damage back to enemies when they deal damage to us. We can also get a double jump and a sprint. The double jump is probably super useful, but I actually kind of want to get an equipment upgrade here, because I remembered that we did get a life-stealing something. It was not that. Maybe it was a cape? It should be blood cape. Yeah, so the blood cape removes our health, but it also gives us vampirism, so every time we attack, we'll get some lifesteal. So I think that's useful, and it does change the color of our cape on our character as well. Can we... no, it's going to be too expensive. Too expensive. No rune. And nothing. Okay. So, let's just see how much Charon's gonna cost if we actually go in here now. He only takes 94% of our money now. But anyway, I am gonna call it quits for this episode of Rogue Legacy. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. As always, there will be a link to the store page on Steam in the video description if you want to play through the game for yourself. So if you were just searching for Rogue Legacy and you came across this video, first off, thanks for watching the whole thing. That was really nice of you. But check out the game itself on Steam. I believe it's going for 10 bucks. It might be 15. But this is a game that is definitely well worth your time and your money. It's very fun to play, and I hope that came across here. So as always, thanks to you guys for watching. I appreciate any support you can give this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.